What's up, motherfuckers, and welcome to another episode of THKD TV. This is actually a very special episode of THKD TV because it is the first ever episode of basically, this will be a semi-regular series where I count down my top 5 albums in any given category, and these are all going to be albums that are actually in my collection, things that I like enough to own. I don't feel like you really own something until you can hold it in your hand, so that's another reason I wanted to do this, was just so I could kind of highlight some of my collection, give some recommendations out to you guys. But anyway, for my first THKD Top 5, I decided to do noise albums. You guys seem to like the Merzbow-centric content, so I thought I'd start off with noise recommendations, and then from here, who knows where we go next. It could be anywhere, to be honest with you. So my first pick is going to have to be Masana, Inner Mind Mystique. This came out on Release Entertainment back in 1996. Masana is a contemporary of Merzbow, and yes, I know I don't pronounce Merzbow correctly. I don't give a fuck. That's just how I've always pronounced it. But anyway, he's a contemporary of Merzbow. I think this is a little more abrasive than Merzbow, to be honest with you. Maybe not more abrasive than the albums Merzbow was doing for release back then, like Pulse Demon and Neurology, Toro Machine, but it's pretty goddamn abrasive if you've never heard this. And also what I like about Masana is that he includes some vocals in his albums, which is a little different than a lot of noise. It doesn't, it's just, just literally just noise with no vocals. He throws some vocals in there and just, fuck some shit up with them. Anyway, this is really good to get. If you've never heard it, definitely check out Masana. I also recommend Frequency LSD is another album for him, as well as Spectrum Ripper is also really good. Those were all 90s. I think Frequency LSD was 90s. Spectrum Ripper, I believe, definitely was 90s. But anyway, check out Masana, Inner Mind Mystique. I'm enjoying this lovely gin and tonic, so bear with me, will you? My next pick is Brighter Death Now, Very Little Fun. I have a lot of Brighter Death Now stuff, and maybe this is kind of a weird choice since it's actually a compilation, not an album per se, but I like this because it's 3 discs, and you can really, you can rip this onto your computer and immerse yourself in the world of Brighter Death Now. There's so much material here that it really gives you an excellent picture of what he's all about. Brighter Death Now is from Sweden. You might know the man behind it, Roger Carmanik, as the owner of the record label Cold Meat Industries, which of course released tons of amazing death industrial, noise, power electronics, all kinds of good shit. Unfortunately, it's not active at this point. The Brighter Death Now doesn't appear to be active either, but this is probably, if you want to get into death industrial music, Brighter Death Now is probably ground zero for this stuff. Very similar, just kind of similar to Harsh Noise, but more rhythmic, obviously, and with some vocals and that type of thing. Sometimes Brighter Death Now kind of goes into power electronics territory a bit, in my opinion, but he's definitely ground zero for death industrial music as far as I'm concerned. And again, this is 3 discs of his stuff. Collects a bunch of rarities and I think some unreleased stuff on here, what have you, but just kind of an odds and ends collection, but it's actually really cohesive. So I definitely recommend checking out Brighter Death Now, Very Little Fun. I would recommend checking out any of his albums. Necros Evangelicum, Inner War, Obsessus, any of them are really good, all worth checking out. But like I said, I like this one just because it's so much material. It's 3 discs, and you can really just kind of kick back and let your brains be fucked by the wonder sounds of Brighter Death Now. My next pick, kind of a new record. Anyway, now the Blitzer from Texas, and I guess if you haven't heard these guys, they combine black metal with noise, power electronics, all that good shit. Whip it up into a fucking frenzy and just unleash pure fucking noise, nuclear holocaust on your ass. These guys are considered sketchy for whatever reason, but fuck what you heard. give these guys a listen if you like noise, if you like black metal, if you like black fucking noise. You will fucking dig the shit out of Nyog the Blitz. This album, we never thought it would see the light of day, but it was just released at the end of 2019. I'm going to consider it for my end of year list for 2020 since it came out so late last year. I didn't even get to hear it until beginning of 2020, I don't think. So definitely check out Nyog the Blitz. Like I said, if you like noise, if you like black fucking metal, if you like abrasive, evil shit that will just totally mind fuck you, this is the album you want to get. Up next, a couple albums that I've actually talked about before. This is Merzbow, Neurology. This, of course, is my favorite noise album of all time. Probably the first noise album I ever heard, if not one of them. This came out on Release Entertainment back in 1994. Of course, you know Merzbow. Everybody fucking knows Merzbow. But if you haven't heard this for some ungodly reason, if you've been living under a goddamn rock for your whole life and you've never heard Venereology, you need to go get this shit. It just got re-released by Relapse and actually includes some bonus material, so it's well worth listening to. However, they only released it as digital and vinyl, no fucking CD, which is bullshit, because I probably would have bought it over again just for the bonus material. But no, they decided to fuck people who like CDs and only put it out on vinyl or digital. Anyway, this and his noise album, Merzbow was influenced by death metal and grindcore. So this is probably some of the most abrasive shit you're ever going to hear. This and Masana and Mind Mystique are like two albums that you play them, your fucking brains will melt and, flow out of your ears and spray your fucking friends in the mouth with your brain goo everywhere and just fucking totally... then your head will explode like the dude in Scanners and you'll be totally fucked. My last pick, also an album I've talked about before and I actually did an anniversary video for, is Death Pile GR. This band is Jonathan Kennedy's project. He also did a really cool sort of more ambient project called Angel of Decay, but of course Death Pile is pure fucking power electronics, and this is a concept album about Gary Ridgway, the Green River Killer. If you've never heard this is one of the most creepy fucking disturbing things you'll ever hear. And if power electronics has a history of doing thematically being about murder and serial killers and that type of thing, and this is the fucking pinnacle of that right here. If you have not heard this, you need to check it out. It was well researched. A lot of the lyrics are from the killer's perspective, and it will totally, it's not one of those albums that's going to liquefy your brain or anything like that, but it will fucking disturb the shit out of you if you've never heard this. Definitely check it out if you're into things like Bloody Minded. This came out in 2001 on Hospital Production, so definitely check it the fuck out. Again, Death Pile GR, fucking badass album. So, that wraps it up for the first episode of THKD Top 5. Hopefully I picked a couple albums here, at least a few that you've never heard before. If you guys like noise, give me some recommendations. If you think noise sucks, tell me why you think it sucks. Leave a goddamn comment, for Christ's sake. It's not that hard. And I will fucking reply to it. So do me a favor. I'm going to be bored. We can't go anywhere. All the goddamn stores are closed. You can't go to a fucking restaurant. You can't go to a bar. You can't go to a fucking brewery. It's fucking bullshit out there, let me tell you. So, leave me a goddamn comment. Let's have a dialogue. You hate noise? Fucking tell me why. You love noise? Tell me why. Give me some fucking albums I should listen to that I haven't heard. Tell me how basic and shitty my fucking taste in noise is. Until next time. Guys, take care. Be safe out there. Stay healthy. Wash your goddamn hands. Peace.